DAZN is planning on releasing in 200 different markets, starting with Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Use my link in the description. It does help the channel continue to grow. Stay independent, stay working, stay creative. ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus, now they have a ton of original content, docuseries, documentaries, archive of boxing and UFC bouts, in case you want to revisit those in true form and HD quality, and many more, much more. Drop the like button and also subscribe to ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus, you can get it as a standalone app, or you can bundle it, ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus. Get all three of those apps, one price, and that's $12.99. Now, this press release just came out. DAZN is debuting their promotional venture in other territories outside of the immediate U.S. Just released, it says DAZN debuts global platform with Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell on December 5th and Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev on December 12th. It says New York and London. DAZN, the leading global sports streaming service, will expand to more than 200 countries and territories beginning December 1st. The platform will debut in back-to-back weekends featuring boxing events with international appeal. Saturday, December 5th, budding lightweight American star Ryan Garcia takes on the battle-tested Brit gold medalist Luke Campbell. December 12th, Joshua versus Pulev. To maximize the international audience across North America and Europe, the main events for both fights will start around midnight. The initial, and pay attention to this, the initial monthly price point for the new markets will be £199 or less, which in American, because some people who watch my channel don't live in European countries, so the conversion is roughly $2.06 USD. So that's what they're talking about in some of these new markets, and it says £199 or less. So they're talking about roughly $2, in these different markets. It says, quote, from the UK to Mexico to Australia, we've seen an encouraging level of interest in our key events since launching in 2016, says DAZN EVP Joseph Markowski. We're looking forward to introducing the DAZN platform around the world this December with an exciting schedule of fights. At launch, DAZN's global platform will feature world championship boxing events as well as ever-growing archive of classic fights, athlete features, and a slate of original programming including 40 days, Saturday Fight Live, and one night. Additional sports programming will be added beginning 2021. The DAZN app will be available globally on most internet-connected devices, smartphones, tablets, PC, etc. And then it does have some small print. It says, asterisk, Garcia versus Campbell will not be available in DAZN Poland, and Joshua versus Pulev will not be available on DAZN in the UK or Ireland. So this looks pretty desperate, and I'll explain why. This looks desperate to me because you had Eddie Hearn, who came over to America boastful, and he was talking about putting American broadcasters out of business, namely the PBC and Showtime, Steven Espinoza, which is the parent company of CBS, and also Top Rank. He just said basically American promoters, I'm paraphrasing, they're shaking in their boots. DAZN is the wave of the future. Netflix of boxing, yada, yada, yada. We got $1 billion budget, $1 billion war chest. And now they're talking about releasing to these various territories where sports, we don't even know how prevalent the world of boxing is in, DAZN Bucharest or wherever markets and territories that they're planning on seizing. So there might be some opportunity in some of these regions, but obviously you have to factor in some of these different regions. The economy is not necessarily as strong as other places. The other thing is DAZN that makes it hard for DAZN is their events aren't available in certain territories. Like the Eddie Hearn fight camp, certain weeks weren't on the DAZN Canada schedule, and then certain ones were. And you guys seen the disclaimer at the end, the little asterisk. They said Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell, if you live in Poland, which they're launching in, you can't watch the fight. And I'm assuming because Joshua is working with Sky Sports, you know, Joshua versus Pulev, if you live in the UK or Ireland, you won't be able to watch on the DAZN app, because presumably, like, I'm assuming that you would have to get the Sky Sports pay-per-view. So it's still all over the place. The price point is very cheap. It looks like Eddie Hearn is double crossing Sky Sports, and maybe depending on the success. See, I told you guys this from the beginning. Eddie Hearn is a double agent. He's working for two different entities that aren't in cahoots with each other. If anything, they're really competitors. DAZN has no allegiance to Sky Sports, and Sky Sports has no allegiance to DAZN. They're both trying to get ahead. They're both trying to make money. They're both trying to stay afloat. It's a pandemic year, so it's been pretty hard. And then you have Eddie Hearn, who's teetering the line of both of them as a double agent. You know, so to me, this is bound to create problems and a conflict of interest, because it looks like Eddie Hearn's going to have to turn his back at some point, probably on one of them. You know, he's going to have to double cross the other person. Either DAZN folds and you know, they're not making money, which it sounds like they may make some money over, like, in other markets. It's just not, the America takeover, that's cap. But he might pull Joshua when his contract runs out, or whatever the situation is, from Sky Sports, and then start putting all the events on DAZN. The other thing that is problematic is DAZN's constantly fluctuating their pricing. You know, they were out in America for less than a year before they doubled the price by 100%. In a pandemic, that's going to be hard. And if you listen to how it's written, it says the initial monthly price point for new markets will be pound 199 or less. So that's not really clear. And if it says the initial, then that sounds like an introductory price. So this sounds like pure desperation. They're trying to get as many people to buy this Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell fight, and other markets to get this Joshua Pulev fight, to recoup probably some of the money they lost during this pandemic year by having a trash schedule with trash content, and not enough events. They have no shoulder programming that really does numbers. Like, if you look at a lot of the videos that you see on DAZN's YouTube channel, the shoulder programming, I do better numbers as an independent, no team, no billion-dollar budget, and the numbers are comparable. You know, I have videos with 20,000, 100,000 views, and that's as a sole proprietor, you know, as an individual, you know, not no big team and backed by a billionaire. I don't have none of that. So this looks pretty desperate. And the other downside is this: Ryan Garcia is fighting on the same day as Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia in the daytime. So for the people in the UK, this may be of benefit to them, because instead of staying up till 3-4 in the morning, you know, they might have to stay up or pay whatever price. Instead of paying a box office Sky Sports pay-per-view, they could get it for $2 or whatnot. But this sounds like a quick money grab, and they're trying to recoup and get a bunch of people's buy-in. But best believe they will raise the price. That's why they worded it like that. The initial price will be £199 pound or less, you know. So definitely not looking good. This doesn't corroborate the Eddie Hearn American takeover claims that he said he was going to do, because how are you taking over America, but you're setting your sights on 200 markets outside of the 200 plus markets outside of America? So that means Eddie Hearn, DAZN, the whole DAZN experiment in the USA has been a failure, because all of this, you're losing content, and they're saying that they're bringing more content in 2021. We'll see, because so far it's been abysmal. They're talking about 40 days. Where's the promotion for Jacobs Rosado? Where's the promotion for Devin Haney and Gamboa? Where's the promotion for Joshua Pulev? I haven't seen anything, you know, and there's no time like the present. What are you waiting for? Jennifer Love Hewitt voice? What are you waiting for? What is the right time to finally come out and say something? I just don't get the strategy. You know, this pandemic has really hurt DAZN, which Ego Stradamus strikes again. I told you guys this would be the case. This pandemic was really and truly gonna hurt DAZN probably worse than anybody else, because they're not tethered to a network, and you're seeing it. 200 plus markets, but what about the American takeover? This has nothing to do with an American takeover if you're basically falling back and going to these additional markets. And it's just, I'll continue to talk about this on the channel, but there's other things. You expect Americans, just look at the stark contrast, if you will. Americans got to pay $20 a month, right, for DAZN, and a lot of these fights aren't catering to American audiences, like Fight Camp and Eggs and Cheese or Sam Egington, Ted Cheeseman, and stuff like that. Those are more so UK domestic level fights that Americans by and large do not care about. You know, Terry Harper and so and Liam versus Caleb Liam, things like that. And Americans are supposed to pay $20 a month, but then in these other markets that you're planning on releasing, you're doing it for the McDonald's McValue menu, you know, prices, $1.99 pound and less. You know, how does this even work? Americans, your product is not catering to Americans, but Americans are expected to pay 20 times the price of or 18 times or whatever the price that the UK and some of these other regions are paying. You know, it's just really a weird game plan, and it shows you where the status of DAZN and where they're at. And they don't have things figured out for sure. And this whole $1 billion budget, that has definitely dried up. So we'll see what's next. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know how I did in this video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, is Ego signing off.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.